Hello, beautiful people. Thank you for tuning in. These are little offerings to help us all remember our clear, calm center that's eternally within us. But as we know, there are often things around us, outside us, circumstances we can't control that kind of knock us off center. So it's nice to have a way to reconnect to that quiet place within so that we're connecting to our inner resources. So let's begin with our breathing. But before we breathe, setting up the container of our bodies so that very conducive for relaxation, for confidence, for freeing the organs, for elongating the spine. So wherever you are right now, feel your feet. Sit in a way that lets you feel your feet on the ground. And just move your feet. Lift your one knee at a time, lift the heels, then lift the toes. Just kind of smoosh your feet around. This would be the kind of feeling of the feet, just kind of padding into the ground. And then just let the feet settle. Let your ankles relax, your knees relax. And feel wherever your hips are sitting on the chair and rock a little bit. Rock from one sit bone to the other sit bone, feeling that shift. We're gently inviting and dropping our awareness into our bodies. And then let that settle and feel your pelvis resting on the chair. Take your fingers to the base of your skull and gently press upwards, not hard, just a little bit of elongation, as though your skull is a helium-filled balloon and your spine is the string. And that fresh helium in the balloon head stretches your spine and brings it to a lovely vertical nature. And then the work of our hands is done. We'll just rest our arms. Hands can be in your lap, on your thighs, whatever's comfortable, and bring a soft smile to your face. We're going to let out 3 nice sounded exhalations. Today, use any sound you like because any sound will lengthen the release of the breath. And when we lengthen the exhalation, the next inhalation naturally comes in a little bit longer. So let's start together. Let's breathe in together. Any sound you like. It can be a sigh, it can be a scream, it can be an S sound like a hiss, anything that you want. Let it go to its natural ending, and when your body needs the next breath in, fill in through the nose, and again. One more inhalation. Long, smooth exhalation. Now we're going to take just 2 or 3 breaths using the information that we just woke up, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the nose at a calm, steady, sweet pace. Once we tune into our breathing and invite it to slow down, we're already created the slippery slope to fall into meditation and or mindful movement. I'm going to slip my chair back a little further so you can see what's happening next. You can stay exactly where you are. I'm going to turn sideways and I'm still looking for that suspension from the sky and the connection to the earth. You can wiggle a little bit like this too, kind of like cats and dogs before they find their place to have a nap. And we're going to literally do some cats and dogs now. I didn't plan that. This is unscripted, but that's the way it goes. Let's interlace our fingers and turn the palms out. And as we exhale, the palms press forward as our chin and tail move towards each other. On the inhalation, lower the hands and stretch the arms back as you lift the chest and open the throat. Exhalation, we're interlacing our fingers and we're pressing the palms forward. And inhalation, we're releasing the hands. The palms are still facing forward and reaching the fingers back. So find a nice, comfortable way, exhaling all the way into the cat and inhaling. Fit your movement all the way into that in-breath. We're adding the shoulder girdle with the arms to be a little bit more efficient, basically. We're together for about 15-20 minutes, so let's pack as much in slowly as we can. So now that you've worked out the movement, do 2 more that are really all about your breath and feeling. You can make a sound on the exhalation and then just let that inhalation flow into you. And relax. Sit tall and let all of that settle as you continue to witness while you're breathing smoothly and gently. And now we're going to bring ourselves to standing. We'll do a few more spinal loosening movements in standing. So I was thinking about the areas of the body that tend to build up tension, and some of them are the shoulders, some of them are the neck, some of them are the hips. So we just did a little bit to help our shoulders, and we'll do a little bit more. So standing where your feet feel really, really nice and steady, we're going to refresh that alignment of suspending through the crown of the head, nice and tall. And we're going to keep that bungee cord and bend the knees a little bit and just start a bit of bouncing, just a little bit of buoyant bouncing. You can swing your arms. You can let out a nice sounded exhale if you like that for clearing the pathways of the lungs. And you can start to turn this into more of a shake if you want to. This is a way to just shake out little knots and bits of tension that have built up over sometimes a lifetime, or even just overnight, all of the above. Make some silly sounds, because that's always nice to release the emotions. If you feel like taking the arms up and doing an ecstatic dance rave kind of vibe, jiggle the hips, and just let this be really freeing for you. You can keep it very modest or contained. If that's your mood today, you can be quite wild if you want. The main thing is we want to stay connected to feeling our bodies so that we don't overstep what is the right range of motion for us today. We want to stay in that zone of being connected and releasing and opening the flow. Let this come to a gentle finish and stand quietly for a moment, feeling your feet as reference points and the other reference point rising up through your balloon head, smiling and breathing. Just take a few moments to smell the roses, as it were. Notice the feeling of the air around your body. Notice the feeling of your clothes. And in particular, notice any feelings inside, like a tingling, like an awakening, heartbeat, anything like that. Whatever it is, we're giving ourselves a bit of time to witness and to wonder the marvel of our gorgeous bodies and all of the things going on inside constantly. So now we're going to do a little twisting, another nice refreshment for the spine. I think it's nice to take the legs a little wider, and let's rock from side to side. Please place your feet where they feel good for you, and think of the thighs being involved in this. Don't let the thighs be passive. Think of them as lines of energy that are reaching out and shifting your weight. And if you want to let your arms and upper body come along with it, this is a little bit of free form moving. The front arm can push a little further across. Exhale, inhale, center. Exhale, across, inhale, center. Slowing it down now. We'll speed it up in a moment, but press a little bit with the back foot as you push across the body. Come back to both feet as you inhale. Exhale, press across the body and look into the distance. Inhale, come back. Exhale, twist, press across, gaze. Inhale, come back. And now loosen it up and let it come into a gentle twisting momentum. You can still use that back foot to push just a little bit. This is so we awaken our feet, those precious feet of ours, and don't lose that connection to the suspension above. Let your neck move freely. So our eyes are scanning the upper regions. And now we're going to let this come to a natural little finish. Breathe. Stand quietly and proudly, suspended by sky and supported by earth. Everything joined, knit together with your breath. And that soft smile. Now a little bit for the hips that often get tight from sitting. We'll place the hands at the back of the sacrum, stay suspended, bend the knees, and as you inhale, think of stretching and presenting the front of the hips. And as we exhale, just pull back the crease at the groin area a little bit. Inhale, lovely stretch with lots of elongation. No compression in the spine. That's why we ride on the resources of the suspension. And one more time. And bring the feet a little closer. You can soften the knees, but still keep that suspension. And we're going to go right into some hip circles. So think about the pelvis. The hands can support at the sacrum or the low back. And we're keeping the knees soft so that they are like shock absorbers. If we keep the knees straight, it could be a little tighter or more brittle. And we also want to feel the feet getting a good massage, rolling from one edge of the foot into the balls of the feet, the other edges of the feet around into the heels. So this way we're also stimulating circulation in our ankles and feet. And let's take a few hip circles the other way. Keep all the foundational movements intact while we do this. So suspension, support, breath, slowing down enough that you're in a comfortable witness place. Okay. Now a little bit for the shoulders. We'll take the fingers to one shoulder, and on the inhale, the elbow paints a half circle up. The eyes follow the elbow as you circle around. So you can watch one as I do it to the side. Inhale up. Notice how I'm gazing at the elbow, and this gives me a lovely stretch of the throat, as well as an opening for the breast area, the lung, the armpit. Be curious about how your movement and your breath fit together beautifully. As we repeat the movements, we can refine our connection. And let's make this the last one on this side, letting that hand peel down, and just take a moment to see how that sits and feels. I've got personally some nice open sensation across the top of those lungs, in the cheekbone area, in the throat. You may feel similar, you may feel different, but to take that moment to marvel at how the energy is so ready to shift into a more beautiful place, always available. Let's do that on the other side. If you are unsure about the neck, just watch one and then join in. Inhale. This is where you need to stop watching the screen and following your elbow. So as long as you know that on the next few, you want to give yourself that permission to trust your body. Really open. Feel that lovely bit of twist. Experience that expansion. We're making more space for our beautiful lungs. Let's do one more. Allowing all of that to melt and just fluffing up and taking one more little moment of witnessing. Shake out through the hands. We're going to warm up the wrists and then we're going to come into our heart flow, our heart cleansing flow. So let's take one hand and just pull back the wrist. So we're getting a good stretch, good extension. Let me try to find a better angle. There we go. So we're really stretching that inner line and try not to just pull back the fingers. Work with the palm and push the heel of the hand forward a little bit, but still stay in your comfortable range. So you're feeling, you're not straining, and you're definitely breathing. And then the same hand, let's just stretch open the extensors of the arm. Feel that complementary stretch. And then just shake that hand out. Open and close the fingers and compare. Just notice if you have a different sensation or different connection, different kind of neuromuscular connection. So now let's do the same on the other hand. Remember, we're pressing the palm so we get the maximum elongation. This is also stretching some important energy channels. And we're going to utilize that information in a moment, as well as right now. And other way. And just relax. Shake that out. Open and close, little flashes of the hands. Shake, shake, shake. And we're ready to move into the heart clearing because a lot of times emotions can burden us. And they're not always just ours. They can belong to what's happening in the world, what's happening in our immediate environment. So we begin with the hands at the heart. And the tops of the fingers are curved a little bit. I'll show you against the black of my top. So when you're looking down, it's as though you're looking at the top of a heart. And here's where that stretch we just did comes in. Just follow the movements. The fingers dive forward. They pull back. The chest opens. The throat rises. And we let the whole heart area expand. And then we soften everything. We soften the palms, the elbows, and we gently return the hands back to this position. So I suggest you try it standing up, but you can always do it seated because we'll use the legs a little bit, so bending and straightening. Now we'll also go right into using a sound. On the exhalation, we're going to use the sound which will be the vehicle to carry any pent-up energy away from the heart. So here we are. Let's inhale and bend the knees, collect ourselves, and clear the energy as we straighten the legs. Open the heart and maybe stretch the hips a little bit. As we inhale, we softly gather fresh, nurturing energy in. And once again, we clear away another layer. And we relax as we inhale. We trust that the energy returns and nourishes us. And clear again. Pull the fingers back to stretch the heart meridian channels. Inhale softly, embracing, elbows a little bit lifted, knees bend here. We're gathering earth energy, and she strengthens us as we release. And we gather from the healing field, the Wei Qi field that has all the information, all the nourishment. And again, like smoke shooting out of every part of your body to the ends of the universe, freeing your body, every cell, and then bringing fresh, beautiful energy back in. Let's do one more. Breathing in and resting the hands one over the other over your precious heart, smiling at the heart, breathing fully. Imagine your breath massaging and caressing the heart, because in fact, aren't the lungs like two beautiful pillows cradling your heart? And as the heart beats, the heart also massages those two beautiful lungs, sets of lungs. We're going to finish by settling the energy, merging the sky and the earth. So lowering the love-drenched hands down to cup energy in front of the low belly. Bend the knees a little bit, feel your suspension, feel yourself, elbows just a little bit up, just a little bit buoyant. Exhaling. On the inhalation, the energy between the palms expands, your arms out as your legs straighten a bit. Exhale, the soft hands and rounded elbows are facing up. Inhale, the energy from the earth reaches you up to the sky, and stay here for a moment and breathe. You're collecting a beautiful ball of shimmering energy that contains the most wonderful, supportive, shimmering light from the earth energy and the sky energy together. Take another inhalation, and we're going to pour this beautiful light. We're anointing it down through the top of the head. Take a breath here. Pour it down through the face to the throat. Take a breath here. Pour it down from the throat to the heart. Smile and take a breath here. Pour down to the navel and the belly. Take a breath here. And now pour down through the hips and the pelvic floor. Take a pause here. Let the light and the energy settle. And then finally pour as you exhale all the way down through the legs, touching the earth, collecting some earth energy. Inhale, spread the arms wide, lifting from the earth all the way to the sky, palms touching. And on the exhalation, gathering the energy, and we'll let it rest at the heart. If you like, you can step your feet a little closer and feel yourself like a mountain or a noble, tall pine tree, feeling your connection to the earth and her support, feeling the noble rise through the head and the crown, connecting to the sky, and cultivating your soft smile and your deep, calm, luscious, relaxed breath. And thank you for joining me today. I certainly feel a lot better and a lot more centered and grounded after these sessions, and I certainly wish the same for you. Continue smiling. Think of your beautiful posture as you go through your day, whatever you're doing, cooking, cleaning, typing, connecting with loved ones, whatever it is, and many, many blessings. Until the next time.